Hi everyone, at the moment I've got Amy sat in the seat with me, and Amy's experienced her first hypnosis session. When was this?
About maybe a month ago.
About a month ago? Yeah, so she'd never experienced hypnosis before, and she was a very willing subject, which was great. And I just asked her today, because she's on for her second session today, I just asked her would she be willing just to give a little brief talk about what her experience was like, and it's a genuine, honest experience. So, hi Amy.
Hello.
Thanks for coming today.
It's okay.
And so, just like I said, you've never experienced hypnosis before, and
No.
so when I asked you, would you be interested, what was your initial response?
It was, my first response was cool, I want to do it, but then as you kind of sort of mull things over in your brain, it's a little bit like, the obvious, will I get stuck in hypnosis, or could, I get stuck with a certain phrase or command that will make me like squawk like a chicken, or you think of the obvious things that my experience of hypnosis has always been like Paul McKenna and stuff, so on TV. So I was a little bit worried about that, not so much worried about what would be unearthed, or because I'm quite an open person, I think, but yeah, it was just more how to get into hypnosis and how to get out of hypnosis. But when you kind of like explain that it's very similar to meditation, then that kind of, I wasn't worried about it at all. It was like, well, I do that quite a lot, so it's just getting to like a baseline where but I was excited but a little bit nervous, but it was fine.
Okay. And so when you were sat in my chair for the first time, and then I said, okay, we're going to go into hypnosis, what was that like?
It's almost like you don't realise you're in hypnosis, because you just, not that I was consciously waiting throughout the session like, I'm going to feel like I'm hypnotised, it's almost like you just go along with what you were saying, and it's almost like you split yourself in two in a way. That's how it felt, because I wasn't consciously questioning myself like, am I hypnotised? But yeah, it's very calming and very like serene almost. When that was my experience anyway. It was very sort of like straight in, and then just your voice seems really loud, and almost like you were aware of everything else. Like I could probably, if I wanted to, you don't have the fear or feeling that you couldn't move or open your eyes or sit up and then start talking. It's very much like you've taken all of your stuff with you, but it's just almost like you've split yourself in two, and physical you sort of in the room, and mentally like you can hear your voice, and you sort of like conversing in a different, it's conversing in a different kind of way than what I was used to. It's cool. It's cool. Bizarre but cool.
And so you've spoken to people afterwards about your experience, and what was their response to you, and your response, what were you saying to them?
I think when I told them about the suggestibility to test, and also in the first session where he'd sort of suggested about the hand being stuck to the face. See, even when that happens, when I explained that to my boyfriend, he was like, what? I want to go. Because it's just, everyone's been really like, oh, I wish I could do it. So it's been really positive, and kind of, I think it will appeal to most people, because it's readily available to everybody, and it's almost like when you explain that everybody put yourself in hypnosis without knowing through your daily schedule, then it's almost like everybody can do it. So I think there's that kind of deep down, when I talk to people, it almost calls to them in a way, because it's like, so everybody could have a go. But they're all like, wow, this is amazing. Like my boyfriend texted me before, was like, let me know what happens as soon as I get out.
That's great. That's great. And so, without going into the details of what we discussed during the session, and what was that like to just go wherever your mind went at that time?
It's quite liberating actually, because I think as well, without going into details, when you can have like a horrible sort of experience or be upset about something, then when somebody sort of like suggests maybe you're going to go into hypnosis, and your first thought could be, I'm going to face whatever head on, and I think for my session it was just really nice to go back to like a proper little family kind of childhood experience that I'd pretty much forgotten about.
Yeah.
And there was like the most sort of important message there, which was like, you're safe and it's okay and you're loved.
Yeah.
And it was like lovely to know that even though I've had a bit of a hard time,
Yeah.
and that's at the forefront of everything I do now since I became poorly, it's nice to know that deep down, when you put in that state of suggestibility, the thing that broke through and the thing that fought past everything that I think I'm paying attention to, it was the thing that fought through was like something really beautiful and something nice.
Yeah.
That was like, you're all right, you know, you're okay.
Yeah.
So that was like really nice and just magical. It felt like, yeah, just really bizarre.
Yeah, and I obviously didn't tell you to go to any particular place, because obviously those who are listening to this might think I'm telling my clients, you know, you have to go here and you have to see this. Not at all. I just allow their subconscious mind to take them to the place where they need to go for their own healing.
Yeah.
And it took you to a very magical
which
place.
then kind of instills like faith in yourself and your confidence that it's not all darkness. Actually, that's still there. It's just you need to reorder and reshift some of the things that you kind of pay attention to. I think that's the best way I can explain it.
And so afterwards, I know that you had to go somewhere that you were feeling anxious about. And what was that experience like for you?
It was fine, sort of. It was just going on holiday, and kind of when I'm in busy places, like if there's a lot of people and a lot of stuff going on, I've got to pay attention, like booking into an airport. That usually would be really challenging, like physically for me, and also then I'd panic because of the physical problems that would happen. But yeah, it was almost, there were a couple of words and like colours that came through our session, and those, without me even having to think, right, I need to think of my safe word, or I need to think of this colour, they were just almost like a presence just kind of came through and was just like, be still, you're calm, and it's almost like it's just there now. So that was really nice, and just really like, yeah, it's like getting a hug.
That's lovely.
You know, when you kind of think, it was almost at the airport, I was thinking, right, I was waiting for the things that usually happen to happen.
And that would be like anxiety,
and I wouldn't be able to, like, race in mind. My symptoms that I already had would get a lot worse, and I'd be sensitive to light and weird things. And I was almost like, in a way, going, where is it?
Wow.
You know, you kind of, and then I thought, oh God, I hope I've not preempted it to come, but because you can, it's like you've got two little voices in your head, that going, expecting what you're used to, and certainly whilst I was in the airport, it was just the word still. Just kept coming to me, like you being, I don't know, like washed with it almost. That was really helpful. And also in New York, it was very still, and I kind of wasn't, I was just paying attention to when I felt poorly, and I was able to sort of say, I don't feel like doing that today, but you guys do it. I was very much more confident in understanding what I can and can't do, rather than just going along with it and then having another bad experience.
Because that was one of your worries, wasn't it? So yeah, it was life-changing in a way. I was like, oh, this is okay. So the anxiety surrounding stuff like that for that trip was completely, it was almost like it's still there, and you realise that could happen, but it's just what was coming through stronger was still, and the colour blue, it's just like, stay there. Wow, fabulous. Fabulous. It's amazing. And that was just after one session. And it was very gentle, because I know some people are worried that you might go to a fearful place or a scary place, and of course that can happen. And at the same time, you know, wherever you go, it's the best thing for you. And on this occasion, it was a really magical, special place that you needed for you. And it was lovely. It was wonderful seeing her face. It was just like, your face was just lit up, even though your eyes are closed. I could see your expressions, and just like you are now. And so that's really, really wonderful. And so finally, what would you say to anyone who is considering having hypnotherapy or hypnosis, but obviously feels anxious or scared or nervous? What would be your words to them?
I think, do it. I think the things that would come up in a hypnosis session, good or bad, are things that are already in there.
Yeah.
They're already there, and whether or not you're paying conscious attention to it or subconscious attention to it, then it's going to be with you forever.
Yeah.
So it's best. It's not even, because mine wasn't even, I didn't feel like I tackled anything. I didn't feel like I was, fighting for, to get to right or wrong or something that's upset me. I just think if hypnosis comes to you, then just do it. There's nothing to be afraid of. In fact, it's actually really nice. I've been looking forward to coming back. So it's almost like you're having the nicest sleep ever, but you kind of sorting through, your brain just knows what to do and it knows what to bring up at what point. It's just to understand that you're a lot stronger than maybe you've come to think you are, and that if someone's willing to help and guide you and maybe send you towards down a path that maybe you have been fearful about, that the only thing that come out of that is good, because I have the belief now that goodness inside you will definitely, it's like a Star Wars film, like good versus evil, but you've just got to have faith in yourself and know that you're strong enough, and the fact that you've been through it shows that you're strong enough. You've just got to close the box on it, or have a look at it and see what it is that's constantly pressing those emotions to you. That's what I think. Do it, definitely. Brilliant.
Well, thank you so much,
okay.
Amy. I really appreciate you taking this time.
It's okay, don't worry. Thank you.
Thank you.